Alright, what's up guys? It's GiveUA here and bringing you guys game 2 here in the best of 5 between me and NyanRacingCat. So yeah, this was the King of the Rockies North America LAN tournaments that I just, recently played in. It was obviously an awesome experience, and yeah, so we're in the lower bracket here. Best of 5, me versus NyanRacingCat. At this point I am up 1-0, so yeah, this is game 2 here in this best of 5. Whoever loses this series goes home. And the winner will, advance to the next round, and the winner in the losers bracket to stay alive in the tournament. So yeah, we're here on Prairie. I'm playing as the Mongols, and he is playing as Delhi. He chose, Prairie. I was glad I had Mongols picked because, I think Mongols is one of the best civs, if not the best civ on Prairie. So, yeah, doing a good job picking playing a civ, for the map, right? Yeah, mine was great civ on Prairie, so I go ahead and pick them. Delhi on Prairie, they can all be decent too. But I felt good about this. I think he might have thought I was gonna play French, or I'm not sure what civs I had, but sometimes players will play French or other civs on this map, and then Delhi can shine here. But Mongols versus Delhi, I felt quite good where Mongols would, be pretty good in this scenario. So yeah, I was feeling pretty good going into this game. I think this was a strange game where he got like way more sheep than me. I'm like running my con around, looking for sheep, and usually there's a ton of sheep on this map, and I feel like I got like very little. And yeah, so yeah, as we can see here, I have like 4 right now, and he's got 16. Oh my god. Yeah, that was the one thing I like as it was going on. I don't think my scouting was that bad either, too. I think I took like pretty normal routes, but oh my, yeah, this was really bad. He's got 22 sheep right now following his scout, and I had like 4. I dropped them off, but yeah, so I was like, that I knew obviously was not good, but I'm doing a tower rush here, and I feel like, okay, this is gonna be very good. Just tower rushing. The wood lines in this map are like very far away, and they're like small wood lines. So if you get pushed off like one wood line, it can be really annoying, because then you have to go to the next one that's like really far. So it's a lot of walking time for your villagers, and then you're more exposed. So yeah, tower rushing on this map I think is very strong. So I do kind of the classic, barracks, open racks, and make 4 spearmen, and yeah, go ahead and do that tower rush. But I knew, I was like, okay, I have like extremely few sheep, like very few, right? These are all the sheep I have at home, and so obviously that part I was not feeling good about. I'm doing Silver Tree, which is, I think, the smart move here. In the past, I might have done like Deer Stones, but Silver Tree is so much better. Anytime you have like a corner trading post, or trading post very far on the map, trading is very good. And you kind of see in this game where I go Silver Tree, but you don't necessarily have to go super heavy in trading if you don't want to. Like, there's different strategies with Silver Tree. You could do it where you build it and then you start making a ton of traders, and you just really focus on having a lot of trade. Like, that's option 1. But there's another option, option 2 is where you go Silver Tree, you move it to the location, but then you just mix in traders like a tiny bit, like here and there, right? Just having the option of mixing in some traders is really good. And then as the game progresses, you can start making more and more traders, but you don't have to necessarily do it with a bunch of traders. And you'll kind of see me do that this game, which is very smart, because Delhi could be good at denying traders, right? They can make Ghazi Raiders, which are really good, and you can just kind of run around with the Ghazi Raiders, killing traders. So yeah, you don't want to necessarily go too heavy into trade too soon. And yeah, so this was a good outpost, right? The outpost pushes the Delhi player off of berries, which is nice. He has a ton of sheep, so not the biggest deal, but the main thing, it also kind of pushes him off of this wood line. I suppose he could have maybe built a lumber camp here, but then you're eventually going to chop through it after a bit, and then this tower's going to start hitting your villas. And this is actually without arrow slits, so once arrow slits gets upgraded, it would go through like most of the wood line here. So you really don't want to build a lumber camp here. So this is a really good outpost, right? It holds down like this wood line, like kind of over here, pushes you off berries, it's attacking your mill, and it locks down this wood line. So that's huge, right? So now what does NyanRacingCat do if he wants to gather wood? Yes, go way back here, way in the back. It's, you know, not incredibly far away, but a little bit more walking time. You know, a little bit more exposed. Not horrible, but it's nice to kind of push them back there. And so I realized I had like extremely few sheep, so I go with an early pasture. I usually don't mix in pastures this early, but I realized like how sheep screwed I was. And like, yeah, you could move out on the map and go for like the boars or deer, but it's a little bit risky sometimes. And I maybe could have tried to go for an early boar here, like pull the boar closer, but it's always good to maybe mix in like 1 or 2 pastures just to have some sheep. And plus, the pasture, when it's underneath an uvu, it generates the sheep quicker. So, yeah, it was smart to just, like, you know, mix in 1 pasture here, even if not something I would typically do. So he's got some archers there, pushing my con back. And yeah, he went with the Tower of Victory and just training a second scholar. Where is the scholar? Yeah, okay, he's got 1 scholar in the stable. So yeah, so he did like classic 2 scholar opening. And here I'm upgrading arrow slits just because I want to make sure I hold down this location. Don't want him to push it at any points. And yeah, I go more eco-focused here, right? I get wheelbarrow and then researching double broadaxe. And now I'm mixing in a second pasture because, like I said, pastures underneath Uvu are just really good. And yeah, I'm running very low on sheep already. So this was probably the biggest thing that hurt me is like the not having sheep, right? Like it kind of forced me into making these 2 early pastures, which was like not good, obviously, not ideal. So it basically meant I was gonna have less units early on. So I kind of prepared for that. I didn't go crazy on traders. I moved the silver tree here to put in position. Ooh, I guess I could have had it trading this way, which actually probably would have been smarter. Because yeah, maybe I didn't have this scouted, I guess, because it's about the same, but this market's probably a little bit further away from his base than like this one. Yeah, but not the biggest deal. So yeah, he's on top of it, right? He's got Ghazi raiders looking for the traders, and it's a good thing I didn't make any traders, right? I think at this point I've made 0 traders, and yeah, like if I did make traders, they would be dead, right? So yeah, that's kind of what I was talking about earlier, where you could go silver tree, but you don't have to go into traders super early, right? And especially with me not having sheep, I needed to my resources into the pasture, so yeah, the traders would just be dead if I made them. So yeah, I ended up building a tower here. Yeah, I ended up playing it like very defensive actually early on, because mainly just because of the sheep game. I think like I just was forced into like these early pastures, and then I was a little bit worried he would just dive my gold mine. Even sometimes I don't know, you can't, it's just kind of good to put a tower here, right? I have like a lot of villagers gathering gold here. There's a wood line. Sometimes you could just like dive someone's TC with like 10 like Ghazi raiders, and there's only so many garrison spots inside of TC, so it's good to just have another tower, and then there's like 5 more garrison spots. Here I just moved the silver tree just to well, this was actually good, just I guess for 2 reasons, because I wasn't able to make any traders. I was getting, you know, it was getting attacked. But also to kind of bait his Ghazi raiders in, which actually worked out really good there. He was looking away for a second, and I ended up garrisoning all my villas inside TC, and I killed one of his Ghazi raiders. So that was actually a very good pickup by me. And then here I'm trying to raid, see if I could be annoying and you know, get some vill kills. He already chopped through this wood line. He then had built lumber camp here, and then had built a 3rd lumber camp. So yeah, you're kind of seeing the struggle, right? Compared to if he was at this wood line, which is a bit bigger, it would have been more ideal, but the tower's there. So and he's trying to put down some walls here. I ended up preventing the walls at one point, getting some nice kills there. My destroyed value is looking pretty good at this point. And it's continuing to mix in villas, and then I start going heavy in pastures, because I know he's gonna have like a lot of units and a lot of Ghazi raiders, and it's just gonna be difficult to kind of get out on the hunt and like the boar. I feel like it's probably safer to just go more into pastures. So yeah, I think I go more that route. And yeah, usually not a huge pasture guy, but it made sense this game, I think, and it's looking pretty good. So, and then I actually trained some Mangudai. You know, most people kind of hate on Mangudai, say they're horrible. I do end up losing my con there, but you know, being annoying. And okay, I have not killed a vill yet, but look at all this idle time, right? All these vills are running around. So that's pretty big. One vill, 2 HP that I missed. I do lose one Kashik there. Yeah, it did cause a lot of vital time. And yeah, oh yeah, back to the main dive. So yeah, honestly, main dives sometimes can be really good. Like, they're not the best unit. Like, in straight up fighting, they're very bad. Like, you know, it's getting destroyed to the archer here. But especially on maps like this that are very open and like very large maps, they can be super annoying. And it's best really not when you don't want to make a ton of them, but like if you just have like 2 Mangonai running around or like 2 or 3, they can be really, really annoying. So yeah, so I'm like, you know what, let me just mix in a couple Mangonai, see if I could, you know, just basically use them only for raiding, not for fighting. He does end up getting this wall built, which is nice, good for him, kind of cuts off a section of the map. And now he is actually diving the wood line. But I think I see that he dives this with the majority of his army, so then I'm like, oh, okay, perfect timing to, you know, do a counter raid here. And you have Keshiks with the life steal, so this is perfect. Really good job of me taking advantage, right? And boom, it forces him to idle. 21 villagers are pulled back because of this. That's huge. And then I kill like a big chunk of his army there, so it's kind of nice. He relocates here. He's able to now relocate here for free because he killed that tower. Boom, Mangonai just being annoying there. And Keshiks, there's no villas to kill here, so I'm now trying to just get some burn. Oh, come on, get that. Oh my god, a villager with 2 HP lives because, oh, that's frustrating. I could have maybe kept attacking that, but I think I'm just looking for vills. Now he's looking for traders. Now I finally start making traders at like the 12-minute mark, but yeah, that was kind of, like I said, like the strategy. You know, you don't want to go into them too early. Oh, that vill lived with 2 HP. And yeah, so it's, you know, the Keshiks, they're getting healed as they're attacking buildings, and they're also trying to, well, obviously if you kill a house, it's nice just to, you know, maybe potentially your house cap him. This was painful. Damn, losing my main die. Took a bad route there. Should have went around more. Lost 2 main die, almost a third. So yeah, I end up killing a house and, you know, healing your units and getting the bounty, right, for killing the buildings. And that lumber camp wasn't fully built, so yeah, really big. Getting some, you know, basically free resources there. And yeah, so I go chop through my entire wood line. I'm forced to kind of move out for wood, so build a tower, just try to protect the villas. And yeah, he's being a really good job getting on top of killing these traders. So yeah, this was the reason why I didn't mix in traders sooner, right? Because it's so easy for him to pick these guys off, right? The trade line is so long, it's hard to protect them. So I, you know, start sending my Keshiks over here to try to deal with the Gazi Raider, but yeah, so right now it's a pretty close game. I am up in eco by a little bit. It looks like we each killed 1 Vilt. And the militaries, he's got the military advantage population-wise. Looks like I got wheelbarrow, horticulture, lumber upgrade, and now working on the gold upgrade. I'm actually really out of position here, so I end up losing a Mangonai and a Keshik there, and archers. We should have got a few hits off there, but now he's sending them back. So yeah, I did put my army really out of position. I did a good job retreating with the archers there. Past I would have maybe like fought, but it's so easy to retreat with units in AOE4, so yeah, it was a good thing that I retreated there. But yeah, my army is actually looking very okay. Well, it's split right now, but it's looking relatively small. And yep, just trying to be active with my raiders, looking for his army. And this was actually really good here, so I'm, you know, attacking here, getting some bounty, and then meanwhile my Keshiks find his main army, which, okay, is actually not really good. I thought it was, yeah, I ended up losing 1 there, and yeah, that was actually quite bad. Saw his entire army, so it lost 1, and then just forced to retreat there. And this looks like an interesting fight here. He has a really big army here. I garrison 5 vills, and yeah, this is an interesting fight, because he could, it's close, but he should probably win here, right? I have to back up with my army. And I have like half of my armies away, so I'm like, oh god. And wow, that's perfect. He has a spearman right there to defend. So yeah, I try to charge with Keshiks, get, you know, some charge damage off, but then not dive into his spearman too much. Obviously trying to target down his spearman here. And this is a huge fight, right? Huge moment in the game. And meanwhile, I go to raid the wood line, but he had very good, you know, by him having the spearman right there. This could have been like a massive raid, but you know, the spearmen are right there in position. I was obviously trying to raid as this fight was going on, but yeah, he was in the perfect spot. And here I actually attacked move with Vils and tank, which I think was a good move, right? Because okay, I lost 2 villagers in this fight so far, but they're they can tank quite a bit. And if that means the Keshiks could stay alive for a little bit longer, like that's huge, and the tower could do more damage during the fight. So it looked like a pretty close fight initially, or a fight that he probably should have won maybe. But now all of a sudden, he only has archers left, and I have like 8 Keshiks. So I only lost 2 villagers in the process and tanked quite a bit. Yes, now looking very good, and it was a good job of me getting the Keshiks out here. I didn't let them just die to the spearmen, I noticed. And yeah, now I'm just chasing down his archer. So that was a huge moment, right? That was like game-deciding fight there. And man, maybe this was. You might have had a lot of reinforcements that weren't in the fight potentially, because look at this. This is like a huge second wave of army. So he might have been split a bit too much. It was really good that he had a spearman protecting the wood line, but I don't know. This army kind of just came out of nowhere, so he might have overextended there a bit, or just not. Maybe he didn't have his rally point set forward, for his reinforcements. So yeah, that was a pretty interesting fight there. I think I get caught here a little bit. I do lose 1 Keshik. But yeah, pretty good. I mean, really good game so far, right? Quite back and forth. Now I'm working on some blacksmith upgrades. He's got all 4 blacksmith upgrades for free at this point. And I'm just working on my first one. I started mixing even more and more pasture, so that part of my eco is looking quite good there. And actually do have a lot of gold. And let's see, yeah, now my trader count's actually looking pretty healthy. So I got 4 traders, which is pretty good, just mixing these traders little by little. And I end up killing a spearman that's building the wall. That's nice, just using like Keshiks to kill a spearman. So it always feels good micro-wise. So I end up killing one, but then having to head on out. But yep, there he goes. The Gazirators start hitting the traders, which it's tough to protect them. Yeah, I guess I should have had trade going this way though. Yeah, that would have been better. Oh boy, Keshiks get a charge off, but then back outs. And yeah, military population, his is looking quite a bit higher. It's a little deceiving. I have like knights or Keshiks, so probably better army value may be the better number to look at. My army is split here a bit, but yeah, I'm being really active with my Keshiks, and yeah, I do have a lot of Keshiks. He really doesn't have that many spearmen. And here we go. I get a really nice surround. I end up pulling these spearmen away. I was charging basically with both groups of Keshiks. These ones almost charged into them, caused the spearmen to do the spear brace, but then I backed out in time so that they didn't get stunned. And now look at this. The spearmen are running away, and boom, this group of Keshiks now on top of the archers. My archers are still trying to target down his spearmen, and yeah, his spearmen are just basically split. Doesn't know where to go with them. It just doesn't have enough spearmen, right? I have like a lot of Keshiks, and boom, now I can use these Keshiks to charge this couple of spearmen that were kind of isolated. And my con does go down there, but another very good fight for me. I had these Keshiks away, and boom, from there, now I'm in a very good spot, right? A lot of Keshiks survive, and yeah, now my army's looking really scary. And macro-wise, I'm looking quite good here too, because I almost have enough res to go up to H3. I realize he's got 5 villas inside this tower now, trying to push him back. And now I'm just like, okay, let me just kill this tower, surround it, make sure the villas can't escape. Boom, 5 villages killed, killed just like that. So very good spot. And I look to just get some free bounty. And while all this is going on, I now start aging. So obviously here I'm like, okay, I'm in a very good spot, right? There's like those 2 very decisive fights. A single Ghazi raider raiding, which is of course annoying anytime you get raided by like 1 unit. It's always a very good raid. Ooh, here's some more showing up. And yeah, getting a nice free bounty here. And now I'm still mixing in some traders, so I'm actually up to 6 traders. And now I'm like, okay, let me back up. I got very nice kills there, right? I killed the villas, and I killed like 3 buildings for raid bounty. So now I'm about to be H3. The smartest thing for me is to back up and get my H3 upgrades. I do have the Keshiks, so I guess I'm like, okay, I can still raid. They're fast. They're not going to get caught, even if they, are out of position. I can just run away with them, obviously. So yeah, just try to continue to be annoying and offensive with them, and prevent the opponent from counter raiding. And yeah, it works out perfect. Look at this. Like catch like 8 villagers, so huge raid, right? massive raid. Wait, why did? Okay, I saw that. Well, I guess I could have maybe tried to finish those two off, but should have maybe split my cash a little more. And then boom, I know he needs food, so I think this is really good, right? Just good high IQ. I don't think I saw that he was here before, but just assuming, oh, you know, he was here for food earlier. He's not here anymore, so he must be at a different berry location or somewhere else on the map trying to get food, right? So yeah, it just makes sense to send one caster here on the chance that he might have villas over here. End up raiding his wood line, killing a bunch of villagers there. Oh, and big surprise, right? He's here on the wood line. Yeah, so now I've killed 18 villagers, picking up some more raid bounty. Getting my upgrades here. So this is increases Keshrik's healing by +1 health per attack, and the attack speed by 10%. So yeah, getting just my big upgrades here, and mixing in some barracks around the Uvu. Did I get improved siege engineering? I did not. But and then I realized okay, so I see this, right? I see Rams. I know I just killed a ton of villas, so I'm like, okay, the only way I could possibly lose this game is if he like dives and maybe does like a landmark win, or he kills me like immediately, right? Because I'm now massively ahead in eco, so I just go like full tower mode. I'm like, okay, let me just build a bunch of towers so I can garrison like 30 villagers if necessary, and like the base, at this point the game's basically over. I just need to make sure I don't die in the next like minute, right? I'm up in age. I killed a ton of his villas. Play it safe. Let's delay this as long as possible. Garrison 15 villas. Now making sure my Keshiks are gonna be there for fight. He's pulling villas at this point, right? This is his only chance, right? Is to do something super desperate, or like go for the landmark win. So yeah, smart, very smart. Me like being aware of that, building all these towers, and he sees I have like massive army of Keshiks, and I have a bigger army and a ton of towers, so. He just ends up tapping out there, and yeah, I'm starting to have like mad arms out and whatnot. So yeah, so that was game 2. I ended up going up 2-0 in this best of 5, so obviously feeling quite good.